So I am back with video 2 in the Quit Your Job series. I've received so many questions and there's so many things that you guys want to explore, and you guys want to see my journey, and you want to know what I'm going to be doing, which I'm not going to tell you yet, but I am going to, do that video and let you know what I'm doing now that I quit my job. This video is going to be 5 ways that you know it's time to quit your job. Okay, that's what this video is about, because we kind of have to start at the beginning before we can even explore like what the steps are to take to quit our jobs. Now, I want to put a disclaimer out there. There is nothing sexy or super exciting about quitting your job, because it's really a process where you're going to go through a lot of emotions. So I want to be clear that some of you may be quitting your job to become entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurship is not for everyone. I will do a separate video on that. Some of us need structure, and some of us just want to be a career switcher. We just want to do a different job. So I don't want you to think that this series is about becoming an entrepreneur, because it's not. It's about deciding, am I happy with my life? Am I happy with the job that I'm doing? Am I walking in my purpose? That's kind of what this series is more so about, not about becoming an entrepreneur. I'm ready to discuss 5 ways to know that it is time to quit your job. Number 1, you are unstable and miserable. As an educator, it didn't feel that way for me for many, many years. For many, many years, I loved being an educator. I want to say like the first 5 years were not that bad. They weren't. And even in the end, I still love teaching. I still consider myself to be a teacher. But I was miserable, you guys. I personally was miserable. I would be living for the weekends, like literally living for the weekends, because even though I know it's my job to be a teacher and to be an educator, the capacity in which I was doing it no longer worked for me. So when you get to the point in your life where you feel unstable, you feel depressed, you feel like you need to go on medication just to deal with your job, you're crying on the way to work, you're moody, you're emotional, that could be an indicator that it's time to readjust your attitude or consider moving into another career or a different type of job or position. Number 2, there are certain situations on your job where you're going to feel disrespected. So I think that in my last 2 jobs, the disrespect level had gone through the roof. As far as, I am not the kind of girl that you can say anything to. I'm not the kind of girl that you're going to be able to push over. And it just didn't work for me how administrators was talking to teachers. The whole,
oh, you can find another job. It's your responsibility to make sure that the kids know how to read when you send them to me reading on the 2nd grade level, and they're in 8th grade or 9th grade or 10th grade.
So I had to reel myself in and be like, okay, maybe it's time for me to separate myself from this environment. So when you're feeling disrespected, mistreated, unappreciated, devalued, that is an indicator that maybe it's time to leave that job. Reason number 3. You have stopped challenging yourself. You've stopped learning. You're underperforming. This is an indicator that you're just not interested in this. And not only are you not interested in your job, you're not stretching yourself. You become very comfortable. You don't find the need to be challenged and to keep learning and to keep growing. That's a problem. In this life, we may do the same career for 20 years, but we definitely should not be doing the same thing in the same way every single year. I stopped challenging myself. I was so good at my job that I could do it with my eyes closed and my hands tied behind my back. That's how good I was at my job. And so I think it just became very comfortable for me. And I no longer wanted to continue learning about my profession. When that happened, I knew it was time to walk away. Reason number 4, you are fighting your intuition. For me, that voice, that intuition is God. And I felt God telling me, listen, if you're not going to do this job in love to the best of your ability, why are you here? I was fighting that voice in my head telling me, you hate this. You don't want to do it anymore. Not in the capacity in which I was doing it. And I was fighting it because of the guilt, because of the shame, because of the fear. You know, all of those things will start compiling. And I just stopped or tried to block that voice out in my head. And that was the biggest mistake. So if every morning you're waking up and you hear God talking to you, you hear him saying, I got you, trust me, work hard, go out, step out on faith, you can do it. And you're just like, nah, I gotta have my medical insurance, I gotta have my bills paid, I got these 3 kids. I cannot. Listen, everybody's journey is going to be different. You cannot quit your job how I quit my job. You may want to quit your job to go to school or, like I said, explore another career or do whatever. Everybody's journey is going to be different. Reason number 5 that will indicate to you that it is time to leave your job. You have no interest whatsoever in your everyday task or a promotion or moving up in your company. If you have no desire to win an award or work towards a goal within your job or maybe become the supervisor and you don't like your everyday activities, what is it for? Because you're probably miserable like I was. There is no perfect career. You are not going to leave your job and walk into some utopia where the sun is shining every day and you run into your office or you run into your home office, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you work for another company and be like, I love every moment of this. Nah. It's not going to happen like that. There are things to dislike about every job, every career. Thank you guys so much for joining me for the second video in this series. If you have not seen the first video with me discussing why I quit my job, you can watch that here. I have a PDF worksheet for you guys. I'm going to leave the link to my blog where you can go get that PDF. Basically, it's a PDF for you to just reflect on all of the things that you like about your job, all of the things that you don't like about your job, and then there'll be some questions there for you to answer, for you to ponder on, to decide, do you love your job? Do you want to stay in the career that you're in? And my PDF will help you do that. All right, guys, I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any Quit Your Job series topics that you would like me to discuss, leave them below in the comment section. Let me know what you want to hear from me or questions that you have for me, and I will be more than happy to address those questions. All right, bye guys. Love you.